a board of directors who will support me to provide the strategic direction of the Bureau. We have Ms. Rosette Nakavuma. She's not feeling well, and this one represents Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development as a user of statistics. We have Dr. Jacobo Oporot, representing Bank of Uganda. He's also out of the country, but Bank of Uganda is one of the major users of statistics, so they are represented on the board. Then we have Dr. Chris Ndatira Muchiza. Stand up. He's executive director, but then again, is a member of the board. Then we have Dr. Allen Kabajeni, represents academia and comes from Makerere University School of Statistics and Population Studies. She's there with us. Then we have Dr. Rogers Mate, representing National Planning Authority. And of course, this one is a user of statistics, so represents National Planning Authority. Dr. Allen Kabajeni is a producer of statisticians. The statisticians from universities, and especially from Makerere University, are taught by them, so they represent them on the board. Then we have Ms. Irene Birungi. This one represents the private sector. She's around with us. Birungi is a specialist in private sector, and she represents, because they are the consumers of data, and therefore she represents the whole private sector. Then finally, we have Pamela Kansime, our board secretary, as an ex-official, the one who led us in a prayer. Kansime is secretary. So once again, on behalf of the board and management of Uganda Bureau of Statistics, let me warmly welcome you to this occasion, and we look forward to your wise counsel as we embark on delivering a successful 2024 National Population and Housing Census. Thank you very much for listening to me, for God and my country, and remember, it matters to be counted. Thank you. On behalf of the Board of Directors and Management of the Uganda Bureau of Statistics, to welcome His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, to this occasion of the national launch of the 2024 Population and Housing Census activities. Allow me to also most sincerely thank you and your cabinet for having offered me a new term as the chair of the Board of Directors at Uganda Bureau of Statistics for the next 3 years, together with other members whom I will introduce later. One of our major tasks which we must deliver with efficiency now is the Census 2024. You are all very welcome to the launch of this activity, and thank you for having found time to come amidst your tight schedules. Your Excellency, your coming particularly to grace this launch shows the value you attach to statistics and its critical importance to the national development and the aspirations of the national resistance movement, government. The Uganda Bureau of Statistics Act number 2 of June 11th, 1998 establishes the Bureau as the principal data collecting and disseminating agency responsible for coordinating, monitoring, and supervising the national statistical system. In line with this mandate, the Bureau undertakes periodic surveys such as price surveys, where we generate consumer price index and inflation rates, the Uganda National Household Surveys, where we generate poverty estimates, the National Labor Force Surveys, where we generate unemployment rates, and the Uganda Demographic Household Surveys, amongst others. In regards to censuses, the Bureau undertakes the National Population and Housing Census, the Census of Business Establishment, the Census of Agriculture and Aquaculture, and the National Livestock Census. The Bureau collaborates with ministries, departments, and agencies to generate statistics from administrative data systems. complement these data sources, the Bureau is exploring statistics from non-traditional data sources, such as big data, that includes e-commerce, telecom data, web crawling, social media, and geographic information systems data, which has enabled us to generate digital enumeration area maps for the upcoming censuses. And there will be a demonstration on these maps we have captured by the Executive Director, UBOS. I express my sincere appreciation to all of you who generously helped us to make this event come together to become a success, especially Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, and the Cabinet for championing this significant milestone of the 2024 census launch and approving the census activities and gazetting 9/10 May 2024 for the census night, and also approving the funds for the census activities. Thank you very much. Number 2, the census committees. The first one is the National Census Council, which is chaired by the Prime Minister of Uganda, Right Honorable Robin Nabanja, which is the topmost organ of the census. This committee consists of cabinet ministers and also has a technical subcommittee on communication, chaired by the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, Honorable Christopher Byamugisha. And there are some ministers who are members of this committee. May I request the ministers present on that committee, please, to stand up for your recognition. Ministers on the Census Council, stand up for recognition. Thank you. The National Census Steering Committee, chaired by Mr. Ramasan Gobi, the Permanent Secretary Treasury, deputized by Professor Pamela Mbabazi. If you are around, please stand up for recognition. And this comprises of permanent secretaries and representatives of development partners and autonomous institutions like the National Identification and Registration Authority, NIRA, and Electoral Commission. The third committee is the Board Census Committee, chaired by myself, and our work is to provide oversight function to the census management team. And technically, for the purpose of this census, all the census activities shall be headed by Dr. Chris Muchiza, the Executive Director for UBOS, stand for recognition. And you will be referred as the Census Commission. The first one is the Census Management Team, chaired by Mr. James Mwonga. If you are around, please stand up for recognition. Who is the Director, Methodology and Statistical Coordination Service at the Uganda Bureau of Statistics. And of course, this is a technical committee on census matters. Then the other one is Census Technical Advisory Committee, which will be chaired by Godfrey Nabongo, the Deputy Executive Director, and comprises of representatives from ministries, departments, and agencies, development partners, the media, civil society organizations, academia, and Interreligious Council for Uganda. Nabongo, are you around? Okay. Then the first one is the local, and of course the first one and the last one is the local government census committees from districts, cities, sub-counties, town councils, coordinated by the chief administrative officers and town clerks across the country. Our special thanks also go to the Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Matia Kasaija, who is here with us, and Minister of State for Planning, Honorable Amos Rugorobi, who is the immediate supervisor of Uganda Bureau of Statistics, for their valuable guidance to the board. The first appreciation goes to the dedicated top management and the staff of Uganda Bureau of Statistics for their unwavering commitment to the Bureau's mission, led by Chris Muchiza, the Executive Director. Uganda Bureau of Statistics staff, please stand up for recognition for the work. Then the next appreciation goes to our development partners for their support in the production of data and statistics, particularly in the context of data and statistics joint program led by the United Nations Resident Coordinator Representative, Ms. Susan Ngonji Namondo, who is out of the country but represented by other development partners, and most particularly the United Nations Fund for Population Activities, represented by the country representative, Ms. Gift Muhunga. Madam Muhunga, the country representative of UNFPA, we thank you so much for the generous contribution you have made to the census activities. Your Excellency, today marks the first step on the advocacy drive to have the census exercise honored by all Ugandans through your capable leadership. At this function, we aim to increase public awareness of the Census 2024 exercise as we race to the designated census night of 9th and 10th May 2024. After today's occasion, it is our hope that each one of us will become a census ambassador and going forward, work towards the following. 1, increasing public awareness, acceptance, and cooperation about the census. 2, sensitizing the general public about the purpose of the census, the information that will be collected, and its use. 3, creating a cordial understanding between central and local government leaders, the private sector, the religious institutions, and civil society in order to realize the census deliverables. 4, sharing specific information and issues about the census 2024 and how the different parties in the public will be required to actively participate. And finally, demystifying and resolving potential misunderstandings, misrepresentations, myths, and conflicts with regard to the Census 2024. Your Excellency, the National Population and Housing Census is one of the major programs that we at the Uganda Bureau of Statistics look forward to conducting, since it plays a critical role in guiding evidence-based planning, policy formulation, and program implementation, as well as monitoring development progress in line with national goals and objectives, and demands us to reach out to all our potential stakeholders so that together we deliver a quality and acceptable national product. Our full potential cannot be realized without everyone's efforts and those of other partners with whom we share the census vision. We ought to give the census a deserving national outlook in terms of content and coverage, as well as ownership and support. Your Excellency, you have always emphasized the crucial need to leverage the advantages of science, technology, and innovation, recognizing their potential role in shaping the future of Uganda and Africa. I am pleased to inform you that the forthcoming census will mark a historic milestone as the first ever digital census in Uganda, with substantial financial support from your NRM government. Thank you very much, sir. A total of 120,000 youths and other Ugandans will be employed directly and indirectly during the census exercise. The private sector will directly benefit from the exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, Uganda joins Kenya, Rwanda, and Tanzania in the East African community out of the 8 East African countries to have participated in the 2020 census rounds. A census round refers to the period during which a census is conducted, usually within 10 years. And for example, we had the 1990 round, which covered from 1985 to 1994. Then the 2000 round, from 1995 to 2004. And the 2010 round was 2005 and 2014. And now the 2020 round is between 2015 and 2024. So I am confident that even this time around, we shall deliver a census that will be able to support and sustain Uganda's modernization drive as enshrined in our Vision 2040. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, allow me to take this pleasure of formally introducing to you the